What's good, Raider Nation? Welcome to Monday Night Madness. I'm Spicy Raider Girl here with my boy Scotty Waddy, Raider One. We are almost there. It is almost time. We are officially in draft week. The wait is almost over. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Madness. Remember, if you haven't already, light that torch by hitting that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join to become a member. If you are of drinking age, our drinking game alert tonight is draft. Every time we say it, you know what to do. Drink, toke, or twerk. And most importantly, this show is for you. This is a fully interactive show. So use that link that is pinned to the top of the comments so you can actually join us live on camera right here on screen. And we're also going to be taking, if you're a little camera shy or not camera ready, we'll be taking callers as well. And of course, your comments are always welcome. So here are our hot takes for tonight. Telesco's presser. Does the QB situation cure all? Jaden Daniels teased a little bit today. Do the Raiders trade up, trade down, or stay where they are? And it's Marshawn Lynch's birthday. Happy birthday, Town Biz. Spillane and Tay are expecting, and Zach Wilson was traded to the Broncos. And of course, you don't like any of those topics? Make some up of your own. What's good, Scotty?
Well, yeah. Again, I got to make a slight correction to you. We are the original show that allows interactive because, as we've seen, we've only been on. This is the second week, and somebody already tried to copy us. So, yeah, this is the show where you get to come on here and you get to give your take. You can come on camera, you can call in, you can make comments, whatever you'd like to do. But we want to preface this with this is the original because we started this gangster shit.
Yeah, you know how it is. Flattery, right?
Absolutely.
Flattery. What's good to everybody in the chat? We want to say what's up. Tony, what's good? Monday Night Madness. Cheers to you. Salute. April's ready. April says, let's go. We're looking forward to you calling in. Well, we're hoping you call in. My friend Lucky, what's up, Raider fam? He was on the show last week. He was brave enough to be on camera with us. One of the first. Raiders Resistance, what's good? Much love to you for everything you do for our show, including a lot of the graphics and intros and things like that we use for the show. We appreciate you. And Mother Moon, we know, settle down. She loves Marshawn. Settle down. Well, let's get right into it because we're going to have a lot to talk about with the people that at the Raider Nation that chooses to join us. But Scott, let's start with your hot take.
All right, so lots of stuff going on. Obviously, the draft is the major thing, and the quarterback situation. I mean, that's what we're talking about, Raider Nation. So, I've been thinking about this, and the more and more I thought about it, I had a chance this morning. I was taking my kid to school, and I turned on The Rush, Max Crosby's podcast, and I kept hearing everybody talking about Gardner Minshew's a dog. He's a dog. He's a Raider. He's a Raider. And I was like, damn, what? Am I missing something? I didn't know Gardner Minshew was like. So I took off this morning. I remembered it, and I told my son, hey, put it on. I'm going to listen to it on the way to school and on the way to coming back. And they turned it on, and, and Gardner Minshew's talking about, yeah, I got a bus. I bought a bus to go traveling, and I converted it a prisoner bus, a short bus. I don't know what he was talking about. And then I was sitting there waiting for the dog. I was waiting for the dog. Where's the dog? I was looking back. Where's the dog? I was like, this dude's a hippie. And then I said, man, this sounds like Spicoli. I said, is this Sean Penn 2.0? This ain't what? And then he's going on, and then he's giving the political answers. And, he's talking about, well, what's your favorite team you've been on? Because he's been on 670 different teams. And he said, oh, well, the Raiders. And I'm like, man, shut the heck. Gardner Minshew ain't no damn dog, and he ain't no damn Raider. Stop that shit. Let's stop it. I'm gonna kill that noise right there. He sounds like he got a surfboard hanging 10 on Venice Beach, hanging out with that dude with the dreadlocks and the guitar on roller skates. Y'all seen him in the movies. That dude, big old tall dude running around Venice Beach. He sounds like he's over there. I thought he just came from Snoop Dogg's house and Willie Nelson was over. Yeah, dude. I bought a van and we're going up to Utah. Shut the hell up. That ain't no damn Raider. I need a real dog. That ain't no damn dog. Now, this is gonna lead me into my hot take, and that's why I led with that. And that's why I led with that. Look,
I have to say, I didn't think you were going there. So
no damn dog, man. I want it. He think he a dog because he got the '70s mustache and the long. Get the hell out of here, man, with that bullshit. Nah, we're not having that. Nah, I want a Raider in here. And not everybody in the front desk said they want Raiders, but this is my hot take.
Yeah.
The New England Patriots have said they are open for business. The Cardinals have said they are open for business. They are picks number 3 and number 4. Caleb Williams is going to Chicago. He can go the hell where he wants to go. That's cool. Washington looks like they may take Drake May. That's cool. We are going to bet the farm. We are going to move up with New England more than likely. And guess what? Guess who would fit into their program that they do not have a quarterback? They don't have a wide receiver. They don't have a defense. They don't have shit. You know what? Throw that bridge quarterback, Gardner Minshew. He is going to be in the deal. We got him so we wouldn't give up so much draft capital. He is a pawn in the game. He is going to be traded, and he's going to be traded. He's going to be traded with, so we didn't have to give up too much draft capital. New England's a perfect spot for him. He likes being over on the East Coast. He can stay over there on the East Coast, or he can go back to Venice Beach and be chilling over there, hanging out, smoking weed over there with everybody else. Whatever he does, tell me this. Why would we need to have Aiden O'Connell, who can win? Under AP, he can win.
Yeah.
Why would we need to have a Gardner Minshew and go get another quarterback? That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. And mind you, there's some guy named Anthony Brown. I don't even know who he is, but he's listed as a third string quarterback on a roster, right? At least at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. But why would we need to have a Gardner Minshew? We don't need him. We don't need him. You can get 2 quarterbacks. Aiden O'Connell's got 2 more years on his rookie contract. Jaden Daniels will have 3 years on a rookie contract. Max Crosby's got a big contract. Wilkins got a big contract. Devontae got a big contract. We need this. We need to build around something. The Raiders' time is now. Bet the farm. Go give up those first-round draft picks because we don't have a good history at first-round draft picks. We are getting Jaden Daniels. Stop the noise. That's it. That's what we're doing, and Gardner Minshew's gone. Peace out, homie. Hang 10.
All right. Woo!
Let's go. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Come on and chat with Scotty about it. Mother Moon says, just call him Surfer Raider, our newest
Surfer Raider.
Our newest costume fan right there.
You know, hey, I ain't mad at you. Just do it somewhere else.
QB competition, Omar says. QB competition is good. That's what we need.
I did it.
Tony says, as long as he can play. You know, Max said he was a dog, right?
He did. But what else is he going to say? He said Josh McDaniels was a great coach too, and so did Devontae. We know how that worked out. What else is he going to say?
Fair enough.
What are you, the little ass boy on my team?
I just come into. You just walked into Scotty's hot take is what you just came up.
I'm mad today. Let's go.
Chris from Protected Shield says the Rush is a fire podcast.
Indeed.
And Raiders Resistance goes on to say you're all going to like tomorrow's episode. Interesting things. I believe he's talking about the Rush there as well. So, yeah, call in or appear on camera. Let us know what you think. So listen, we'll put up the hot takes here. So a lot of people think, to what you're saying, that the QB situation is going to cure all. I mean, there are some people that believe that the Raiders are their franchise QB away from winning a Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
You know, but we don't. But what does that mean? Because that means different things to different people, right? I mean, some people think that's AOC. Some people think trade for Jaden Daniels. Some people think go with Minshew. Some people. I mean, it's wild. It's wild. What I took from Telesco's presser today was that I think that he is under the understanding that the Raiders are more than a player, even a franchise quarterback, away from being a Super Bowl contender. He seems like he's making moves for the 4th and 5th year run here. He seems like he's in it for the long haul. And I only mention that because, to your point, it doesn't sound like Telesco's willing to give up a lot, draft picks, players, things of that nature, to get to where Jaden Daniels probably is projected to be picked. And that's kind of what I got from the presser.
Right. And that is what he alluded to. Now, I will say this. I think the Raiders have blown a lot of smoke over the past couple of weeks because everybody knows that we want to get Jaden Daniels. And you got to go back to when the GM interviews were being made. Mark Davis said himself, I'm looking for somebody who's willing to trade up and be aggressive. So he picks Telesco. So now it changes. I mean, I think there's a lot of smoke going on there. I just think that this is the direction that we're going to go. Again, who knows? We'll see. Time will tell.
Well, definitely, right? Because the Raiders aren't going to say, "Hey, this is what we're going to do." That's never going to happen, and we don't want that because we want them to be able to make moves and things of that nature. But Jaden Daniels, if you did see, he did kind of allude to saying, I don't know if it was a teaser, if it was a Freudian slip, if it was nothing at all, because he did kind of allude to saying, he would like to play. First he said, whoever calls his name, he's happy to play for. But of course, he'd be happy to play for AP, and he thinks AP would be happy to have him. However, he did say, I don't know how they're going to get that done. Right. So, I mean, you can kind of read between the lines here in several different ways.
Yeah, but and also don't forget that there was Jaden Daniels came on his Instagram live with the quarterback right off the top of my head. I can't think of his name, but the quarterback from LSU that's going to get taken high. And the wide receiver said, he said, yeah, I know you're going to go over there with your old friend. And everybody's tipping their hand to this. I don't know why it's a mystery. I just think that's what we're going to do. Hell's Bells is playing. Sounds like we got somebody to play with us. Let's go. Who it is?
We do. We got April in the building.
Oh, let's go.
What's good, girl? What's
up, April?
AOC, baby. She in it. Well, we don't have anyone else in the building. I think she rang the doorbell twice.
No. What's up, Spicy? What's up, Scotty?
What up?
Good girl.
Man. Listen. Scotty, I'm still not sold on the Jaden Daniels thing. We had a conversation earlier, and I called him McDaniels, and Scotty said, I lost my shit. You just made my ears bleed. No, I really honestly think the Raiders are going to Raider. And guess what? They're not going to trade up this. They're not going to trade this first round 13 pick. People are talking about, they're going to get a wide receiver in the 13th pick. I'm like, man, that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Pick a corner. I get it. We need a quarterback. I understand that. However,
she says reluctantly.
I don't see it. I just don't see this. Whatever miracle they're gonna do is, the Raiders are gonna Raider. Like, I've seen this happen so many times. Are we really going to give up a first round and a 13th pick on a quarterback? I don't think Jaden Daniels is. I don't see it. Damn it.
I think you're a little bit biased there, April.
No.
I think you want AOC to be the guy. Now, let me ask you this. What if they trade AOC?
They're not. First of all.
Settle down.
Listen, let me tell you something. Scotty, I've talked to you this before, and I've talked to you this before. Back when AOC got drafted, I told you, Scotty, I said, hey, this is going to be the new number 4. Antonio Pierce loves this guy. Yes, is he going to have to fight for his job this year? Absolutely, yes. Man, I'm having feelings right now. I'm in my feelings.
I think it's going to be hard for you to go through 2 breakups 2 years in a row, April. What your number 4 is just may not be lucky enough here.
Scotty, I'm telling you now. Even if they get this Jaden kid, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It's going to be a quarterback. It's going to be a quarterback like a duel, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, that's what it's going to be.
But here's the thing: even if we bring in a Jaden Daniels, they're not going to spend that much draft capital and not make him the starter. It's not going to happen.
He's not going to start. this is the thing. So everybody's talking about, okay, we've got the first pick, the 13th round. Talking about they're looking at a wide receiver, and I'm like, bro,
no, we'll go deep. We'll go defense before. We'll go defense.
That's gonna be it's gonna be a tackle or corner or something. But
I want it to be a corner. I need it to be a secondary because you know what, our secondary is hurting. Oh God.
And if we can't get Jaden Daniels, I don't agree with trading up, and I completely agree with getting it. I like I like two of the corners out of Alabama this year. Terry and Arnold would be my first pick. But there's also the right side offensive line position. I wouldn't mind that at 13 if we're not gonna trade up. But I don't want a quarterback to fall to us at 13 because it's not gonna be Jaden Daniels, and if it's not Jaden Daniels, I don't want it. That's my opinion. I'll ride with AOC with you and AOC on there.
Real quick, if you're watching us on Facebook or if you're watching us on X, Twitter, whatever you call it, come join us on YouTube, because if you are commenting on those other platforms, we cannot see your comments and we aren't able to interact with you. So if you're watching on any of those platforms, thank you, but we want you to come on over to YouTube.
All I'm going to say is it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild this season.
It is. I'm excited for the draft. I'll tell you this.
I'm definitely excited for the draft, and I haven't been excited for the draft in probably, like I told y'all, 4 years, 4, 8, whatever the hell it is, whatever the Olympics are. That's how I am. I'm excited this year. However, when this draft comes and we see this, whether it's the first round 13th pick or they decide to do whatever they're gonna do, I'm gonna woosah because the Raiders are freaking gonna fucking Raiders. I swear.
Listen. Let me just tell you this up front. Do not tune into the draft 45 minutes late because you're gonna miss our pick. We picking at number 3. All right, we're picking at number 3, maybe 4, but we're picking at 3. Right, Roger Goodell, and with the 3rd pick, the Las Vegas Raiders pick, Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels, Louisiana State University quarterback. Let's go.
I'm going to disagree to disagree. I'm just going to disagree with all that.
Just going to disagree to disagree.
Disagree to disagree, right? Is that a thing to disagree?
It's a thing.
Disagree?
It's Monday Madness. It's a thing here.
You know what's spicy? Scotty texted me earlier, and he told me, I got some. I'm like, tell me. He's like, no, I didn't even tell Spicy. I ain't telling you. And I'm like, man, I didn't even know this because this is nonsense.
I didn't know it either. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Tony just said this could be a good option as well if they think they have their quarterback, or if they're in a position to still get a quarterback in another slot. This tackle right here could be a good option.
I absolutely agree with Tony. Couldn't agree more. I would not mind taking him at 13. If we can't get our quarterback, I would not mind taking him at 13. 3. We got somebody else.
I hear it. Let's go.
We got someone else in the building. What's good?
Nation most hated.
Hey,
what's good? Salute to you.
Going?
Thanks for joining us.
What's up?
Of course.
Talk to us.
Have to make it. Well, first off, we finally get this over with, right?
That
All
part,
the shit,
yes.
You don't know what you're gonna get. So there's a lot of different ways it could go. But really, what do you guys think ideally for you? It's always like, oh, we need a quarterback, we need an offensive tackle. Well, what if you didn't need all this stuff? What would you want ideally? Because I do want a quarterback, but do you really want to sacrifice as much as you're going to sacrifice? And then for me personally, offensive tackle and cornerback, we need that, right? But it's like, damn, we got to waste our first pick on that again when we just messed up on Arnett and Leatherwood. Whole new thing with me, I was just thinking lately is, okay, we're the Raiders, right? We need everything to go right for us to have a chance. So you're over here like, I need 5 offensive linemen that are going to be Pro Bowlers just to have a chance. And then what happens? You go against teams and their right tackle's out, their tackle is gone, you know, the middle of their line is missing, and they beat us and they win and they go far and stuff.
Right.
So it's like, even for me personally, I don't even prioritize O-line as much as I used to, as long as you have a quarterback who's dynamic.
So where do you think
I wish we could
go?
get the best player. I just hope we go cornerback.
Okay, and which one do you like? Which
cornerback? Like? Arnold. And then if I would not get Penix at 13. Hell no. If he landed to me in the second round.
Not. No.
Panic.
I thought I would.
Now take it in the second round.
Now let me play devil's advocate.
But really, what I wish. Real quick, one thing, real quick. What I wish we could have is, I wish we just bought or traded for a lineman or a cornerback already, and then we could have drafted Byron Murphy, the best D tackle available, because that defense would go crazy with 2 defensive tackles now. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Okay.
But if they trade up, get their quarterback, then I have to go with the mentality that, like, hey, they wanted their guy, they got their guy, they took their guy, they're gonna ride with it, and it is what it is. They got their guy.
Now, see, I think you agree with me. Look, whatever you're gonna do, I just want to know who the hell this person is that we're picking in the first round, because I didn't know who the hell Alex Leatherwood was. I didn't know, somebody like. I just want to know who the hell it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you meant. I thought you meant you're like tired of waiting, like you're getting anxious. Like I want it to be over. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I want to know.
Familiar with them.
Yeah, at least.
So the thing is like in the first round and third, I don't want to pick we don't need a wide receiver. This is a silly move.
No.
We need deep. We need cornerbacks.
Nobody thinks that. Who thinks that?
Oh.
I haven't heard that either.
Who thinks that? Expose yourself if you think that. I haven't heard anybody say that.
It's wild. It's wild. Raiders are wild. It's wild. Let's go. Like
we got a hell of a wide receiver room.
Everybody feels we need a quarterback. I understand that. However, like I said last week, AOC is in the top spot to prove himself, and he's got this offseason to do it. Do I think he's going to be the starter quarterback? Absolutely yes. So
now April, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. There was somebody that came out and said that if AOC was in the draft this year, he would be a first round pick. Do you agree with that? Because I know you're an AOC.
No, absolutely not. Because guess what? He was like a third string pick. No, absolutely not. But guess what?
It's true.
Dude is 3-1. No interceptions. Dude is a beast. And guess what? I'm gonna change. Hey, Spicy and Scotty, I'm gonna change my Derek Carr jersey, and I'm gonna post on the back. I'm gonna change that car. I'm gonna take the ARR off, and I'm gonna put the OC.
You can rearrange.
Make an O'Connell jersey. I promise you that right now. You're gonna see it. You're gonna know about it. You're gonna know about it. Hey, ain't no O'Connell, Purdue Boilers, whatever. He is going to be the starter. That dude is he's a beast. Whatever.
All right, a beast. I don't. Hey, you obviously have some love for him. I don't know that I'd refer to him as a beast. He doesn't seem soft, but I haven't seen any beast vibes from him.
Let it ride. You know what? I've been telling Scotty since he's been put in this situation. I mean, like the situation he's been in, it's not the best situation, but like, come on, man. Like,
hold that comment up there, Spicy. Hey, what do you guys think about this? We trade 3 first-round picks and AOC to the Patriots.
Oh, somebody is high. No. Yeah, somebody has gone mad. There you go. I like that one, Mother Moon. Somebody has gone mad. Listen, this is my thing about trading. I do not think the Raiders should give up really anything to move up for any quarterback. because that's too much of a crapshoot. These drafts have been proven to be unreliable. It's been proven for players to fall short of expectations. And I think this is ludicrous. Not just this exact example, pretty much any scenario that entails giving up first round picks to move up to get any quarterback where we don't know how they're going to perform in the NFL. I think that is just should be totally off the table. That's my opinion on any sort of trade in this caliber.
Now, on that note, and this is a devil's advocate question: isn't one day a top quarterback going to be a top NFL quarterback? A top draft quarterback going to be a top NFL quarterback? I mean,
one
Stroud.
day, sure. Is it possible? Absolutely. Is it worth risking all of this? I don't think so. Listen, the Raiders need a lot more. I personally don't think the Raiders are a quarterback away from a Super Bowl appearance. I think there's a lot more needed. There's a tackle needed. There's the corner that's needed. I think the Raiders could have a top 10, maybe even top 5 defense, sure. But I think there's missing parts. And I don't think this gamble is worth it.
No, ma'am.
Fair.
You're correct. Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Thank you. Somebody agrees with me.
No, you're 100% correct.
What do you think, my man?
And I can sit here and talk about AOC, blah, blah, blah. Man, I don't know. I go with what I go with in my gut and whatever else. And I trust in the process and whatever else. And I love AOC, and I can't wait to see what he does for us this season. Do I think the Raiders in this first pick, 13th round, trade up? I don't see it happening. Like, they've done this crap before. They
do not tune in late.
They give away draft picks all day. I don't see it happening, and I don't think they're going to get a wide receiver in this 13th pick.
Scotty, I hope you're wrong. Listen, if they trade up, fine. I'm not going to be mad at it. I just don't want them to give up all of what was suggested, or even half.
No, and I want to see that. I mean, honestly, the offense is not the worst, but our secondary has been freaking trash for I can't even tell you how long. And you know what? I hope they pick up a corner. I hope they pick up a free safety. I hope they pick up. If they don't, well, you know what? Okay.
Tony asked, who do you want, spicy or what position? I don't really have a solid answer for that, to be honest, because what I want the Raiders to do is make what I think would be a smart choice. And making a smart choice doesn't mean making a bunch of trading a bunch of draft picks and players for a gamble. So, I would be happy with just a solid pick at where they're at, whether it's a tackle, a quarterback. Fuaga, I think, is a good choice, if I said that correctly. I think Penix could be a good choice at 13. So I'm not stuck on one player. Like, I'm not passionate. My heart's not set on any one player. I want a smart decision that can help the Raiders improve. And I think either one of those guys I mentioned could do that and then keep your picks, because we know you can find good talent in the later rounds. I mean, Mad Max is a good example of that. And the list goes on and on and on. And we can go back over, all of the number ones that have failed. I mean, look at even what Bryce Young from last year. I mean, we don't want to go back as far as what's his face? Russell. Can't even say his name. Blah, blah, blah. It went from my memory. It escaped from my memory forever. But, so yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I just don't. So for me, I just want an intelligent choice that can help the team, that doesn't give everything up.
Amen.
Okay. Hey. I think that's what the Raiders are going to do. Again, we'll see. But I think the mentality of the Raiders right now is the time is now.
We have like 7.
And I think that's why they're going to do what I said that they were going to do.
So Scotty, you think that the Raiders are going to get up that first round? They're going to give up a couple of first round picks to get Jaden Daniels?
I do. I believe that's their move. I believe that's their
We're
motive.
gonna bet right now. We're gonna bet.
Let's
right
bet.
Now.
Let's
I'll
bet.
tell you right now.
Let's bet. I'm ready to go.
And by the way, if that happens and he's not a franchise quarterback, I'm coming for you. Just kidding.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Even if they get Jaden Daniels, whatever, I do not see him. He's not going to start.
We don't.
Like.
If we listen,
if they're giving away first round picks, he's starting.
I'm like,
yeah. If we get Jaden Daniels, he's starting.
No.
Yes, he is. They're not going to give up that much draft capital to sit him on the bench. It's not going to happen.
Argue. No.
That's not an argument. That's common sense. That's not even that's not my opinion. That's just what why would you give up that much to sit him on the bench?
I tend to agree. You're not going to give up that much to say, okay, now you're competing for a job. Listen, He could maybe lose the position if he's just like terrible and can't perform. But if if the Raiders are gonna give up that much, he's gonna come in knowing he's QB1, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so oh God, I have so
many. Say it.
Listen. CJ Stroud is a perfect example. Okay, great. Yeah, he was a diamond in the rough. Yeah, good for him. Do I think he's gonna do anything this year? We're talking right now. You got me on this story. Absolutely not. They're not going to do anything, even with Stephon Diggs. They're not going to do shit this year. The Texans are going to do nothing. So, Scotty, I've told you this before. I've said it before. I'm like, okay, let's go. All right.
And Space Dust, we did hear this and we did talk about it a little bit. But if you want to call in or appear to elaborate a little bit more, please do. He said, did you hear what JD5, Jaden McDaniels, talking about Marvin Lewis on the Ocho Cinco late night, talking with.
I did not hear that. I didn't hear that.
Well, no, that was. I think he's referring to what I was saying, where he was where he was saying, well, I'll be happy with whoever calls my name.
Oh, okay.
You know, I do want to be a Raider. I think AP wants me. I'm paraphrasing here, but I don't know what they're going to be able to do to make that happen. Something to that effect. I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I'm just wrong all the time. I don't know. Hey, but happy birthday, Marshawn. You're like solid-ass Raider. He is. Man, I love Marshawn. Let's go.
We need some Marshawn mentality for sure. Well, April, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Please stick with us in the comments, and hopefully we'll see you next time for the madness.
Thanks for the comments. Thanks for coming on.
For sure.
Please. I came on with no makeup, no nothing. Let's go.
Hey, I like it. Thanks for joining us. Hey, she's better than I. I mean, I want to come on not camera ready, but you know, she working it. What else you got for us? My friend down there repping the Devontae Adams shirt. Congratulations to Devontae and Robert Spillane, by the way, both expecting babies here soon.
Yeah.
That's great. You know what's really funny, you guys, is that if we do trade up for a quarterback, we're technically not getting the best quarterback in the draft, too. There's that as well. What do you think about that? Obviously, they say Caleb Williams is the best quarterback in the draft, blah, blah, blah. But it's like you're doing all this for the guy who's not even number one.
That's subjective.
Principle-wise.
That's subjective. The best quarterback you won't know until they all play in the NFL. They could have been the best in college, but that doesn't always translate to NFL. So it's a subjective thing to say, but and you may be right. You may be right. But on that, and I've heard this thought before, but he won the Heisman. I mean, somebody thought he was the best, So
well, I'll say this to that. I think both of you are right, because he's not the projected number one. Caleb is, and that's what Johnny's saying down there. However, I think it plays into, what I've been saying is we never know. We never know what's going to happen.
Sure. Yeah.
But going into it, I mean, listen, if to Johnny's point, if Caleb somehow got skipped, they're going after him. Everybody, I think everyone that needs a quarterback probably wants him. So I think there's something to be said. Yeah, it's all subjective and we don't know. I mean, hey, they could both be flops, or the guy what did Tom Brady get picked? You know, what did Brock Purdy get picked?
Just did like 6.
Yeah, he was last.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Mr.
Yeah.
Irrelevant, dead last.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know.
Right. Yeah. You don't know what you're gonna get,
that's why
and yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get. And again,
That's why you
there was a Anthony. Say again. Say again, John.
like we shouldn't have to force it. That's how you shouldn't have
Yeah.
to force your quarterback. You should just
Right.
let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, last year, C.J. Stroud, I think was picked at 2 or something like that, and he did great. Bryce Young didn't. Anthony Richardson looked like he was going to do great, but he got injured. So we never know what we're going to get. But at the end of the day, when is the time to pull the trigger? Is the next question. When is the time to say, let me go get the guy? At what point are we going to let these careers? Devontae Adams is on the back end of his career as a wide receiver. He's still great. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not knocking the guy at all. But he's got some time in the NFL. I think 11 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can correct me. Max Crosby, that guy's got a motor, but that all motors start to slow down. We got these guys right at the top right here. So when is the time to go get the guy, or you're going to take a chance on everybody. But when is the time to go get the guy? I think now is the time. Let's do it. My opinion.
Again, though, to your point, though, Scotty, who's the guy? I mean, that's who you like. That's who you think will work. And
Sure.
For me, I'm just unsure. And I think everyone's unsure.
Sure.
So
the teams are unsure.
I'm just saying, don't give up too much. I mean, look, we gave up so much for Devontae Adams, and I'm not suggesting that was a bad decision. However, it did kind of limit us being able to draft some new talent, and that's fine. But I don't think the Raiders can afford to do that, every other year, and that was like 2 years ago, So let's stick with at least our 8. Let's not give up 3 or 4 picks to gamble. That's right.
Hey, I mean, and it could go that way too. You're breaking up a little bit.
I think we should haul up draft. Getting a bunch of draft picks is good. Let's say you have a 4th and 2 5ths. You get that off some little trade that doesn't even mean anything to you. That right there, you will find another Max Crosby in that 3. Go ahead, go 1 out of 3. It's all a crapshoot, Just find the guys you like, and if you could get them, you can get them. I feel like there's too much stress over how you do it. At the end of the day, you got like 10 guys to pick, 6 guys to pick, whatever you're gonna do. Make it count, and you can miss a little bit here and there, but it's okay. That's how it goes. No one has a great draft, and you never know how you're gonna get what you need. I just hope we get it all. Through a mix of everything, like you may not get the person you want in the 1st round, but then you got it in the 5th. So, you never know.
And you're making a good point. Nobody ever hits home runs on every single pick every year. There's always, there's always some disappointments on every single team, and then sometimes those players go somewhere else and they do great. So we don't know what we're going to get, but again, I feel like the Raider mentality.
Please call back. If you just tried to call in, please call back. Oh, they're calling back. Go ahead.
I feel like the Raider mentality is the time is now. Everything that they've done, it seems like that's what they're saying. And I think that's what they're going to do. Again, I could be way off, but that's what it seems like to me.
We got somebody on the line. Johnny, we want to thank you for joining us. We're going to take this caller. By the way, Nation's Most Hated, find him on Instagram, find him on your social media, because he has some fire gear, including that t-shirt he's wearing. He's got jackets, hoodies, all the stuff. So look out for my dude at Nation's Most Hated, nationsmosthated.com right there for all your fly Raider gear.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Peace.
Yeah.
Hey, great
caller,
talking.
you are live. Who do we got on the line?
Ready.
Oh, the one and only Big Daddy in the house.
Ooh.
Talk to me, Big Daddy. Talk to me. Oh, yeah. We stay ready.
I think he's trying to say something, but there's no audio coming through.
Can't hear him?
Yeah, I was the only one that picked T. Wilson in the first round. Are you ready?
Give us a second. For some reason, they can't hear you, which I'm a little confused as to why. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Meantime,
Go ahead.
Am I there?
yeah, it's barely.
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay, here I go.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, the only one in the Western Hemisphere to pick T. Wilson and the world picked Jalen Carter. Now I'm ready to go back to back.
Comments, can you hear us or just Scotty? Because I can hear him just fine.
I can't hear him.
Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties. We're going to get through this here.
Okay, you want me to call back?
Oh, that he sounded a little bit there.
No, you're fine. I think you're fine. Go ahead.
How about now, Psychic?
Yeah, just go for it. We got you.
Okay, Psychic, here I go. So this year, no trades up, no trades back. It's the first pick, with the 13th pick in a 2024 draft. Our Raiders take Terry and Arnold, quarterback, Alabama.
Okay. All right. That's not a bad one. We like it. We like it. We're having a hard time hearing you. If you can come on and appear on camera, we're going to comment on that pick, though, right here real quick. Thank you for calling.
No, that's an absolutely solid pick at 13. I totally agree. If we can't get our quarterback, I'm all for getting Terry and Arnold if he's available at the time. That's really solid. I saw a couple comments in here. I don't know if you had caught them, but Omar made a comment. Can we do an April reaction show if AOC doesn't win the starting job? I think that is in order. Hey, April, you down to come back on if he doesn't get the starting job? What do you think? I think that's a great one.
That's funny.
Yeah. Chuck Studley said, "Rocking a hard place. If it's win now, then we need a quarterback. But how much are you willing to give up?" I think we're going to have to give up a lot. I think it's going to come with Gardner Minshew. That is my opinion on it. And I think we're going to have to give up a couple for first round, couple second round, something along the lines. It's going to come with some picks, but I think Minshew was the pawn. That's my reaction to that.
All right. Well, it is Monday Night Madness. We're having a little madness here with the phone line. So if you want to appear and give us your opinion, go ahead and use that link and come backstage and join us. And then we're going to pop into some of these comments real quick. April.
AOC is going to be the Raiders starter, whether you like it. I feel attacked here. I feel attacked by you, April. I feel like that comment was directed at me.
It might be. Raider Max says Aiden beats out Minshew. Aiden is smart and also a hard worker. Minshew is subpar at best. Give the kid a chance. Well, the kid has a chance. By the way, I love you that you're Raider Mac. I love that you're representing the Oakland Raiders there in your icon. We always give much love to the Oakland Raiders, Town Biz.
I particularly like that
definitely
comment.
has a chance. I don't think anybody has the job, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
What up, Raider fam? Jerry.
What's
in the
up, Jerry?
From Arizona, Raider Nation Media. Thanks for joining. His YouTube channel is awesome as well. If you kind of want to see what goes on at different YouTubes, he goes to different games and films it. So check out Arizona Raider Nation Media on YouTube to see what's going on all the different tailgates. Rick says, Aloha, all the way from Hawaii. Denver just made a trade with the Jets, and so they may be going for Fuaga. Yeah, we talked about this a little bit as well. Scotty's all in for that one. He likes that. He liked that happened.
I like the Denver got Zach Wilson. Go for it. That just means we'll get you another 2 times this year. Go ahead and start him. That'll make our streak 10 in a row on Denver.
Yep. And I don't know where all of you are watching because we have a lot of viewership, but we only have like 30 on YouTube, but we have 80 watching. So the 50 of you that are watching in the universe somewhere, come join us on YouTube because that's where you can really interact with us. Otherwise, we can't see anything that's really like you're commenting or whatnot. And we do want you to appear on the show. This is Monday Night Madness. We'll get the hang of the madness soon. But make sure if you want to appear, click on that link and join the show. John Fallon says, besides, if we get Jaden, we can possibly get Brandon. Ooh, so it could be a package. What do you think about that? I mean, he's from the 49ers. He's made some very suggestive Instagram, Twitter, if you will, comments, tweets to basically allude to the fact that he doesn't think that he's being respected by the 49ers. He's not getting paid. He wants the bag. Are the Raiders willing to give him the bag?
No, absolutely not. I don't think they're not that I wouldn't mind Brandon Aiyuk on the team. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think we're in a position to give him the bag. We have other spots that we need that money for. I think we're going to do something in free agency, undrafted free agents, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, our wide receiver room is pretty solid. Yeah.
Speaking of wide receiver room, is Hunter Renfrow still unemployed? Anyway, Raider Ryan says AFC will start this year and Jordan Travis will be learning from him. Minshew building a bully in trenches. That's an interesting comment. You got a lot to say about Minshew. What do you want to respond to Raider Ryan?
I don't get this Minshew bully. The dude's half hippie. He reincarnated from Woodstock. No, I don't see this bully. I don't see it. I don't know that much about the guy. I'm basing everything that I'm saying off of that Max Crosby podcast. But the dude looked like he was chilling over there back there with Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg, and and he just got out the water with his wetsuit, and he's got a Volkswagen van.
Well, if I remember correctly, he did beat the Raiders.
He did. That's fine. But I don't think he is a great bridge quarterback, but a good bridge quarterback, and that's it. And that's it to me.
I actually don't even think he's that, but okay, fair enough. What do you think? We go back. The Raiders do need a tackle. Everyone kind of keeps going back to Fuaga here. Now, listen, I'll be the first one to admit the combine's not my thing. I don't watch a lot of the combine. I think the scouts know who's good. It's more like a convention for GMs and coaches and things of that nature just to kind of get together. However, I could be wrong here with this comment because I don't watch a lot of it. And the Raiders do need a tackle, and I'm not sure I'm mad at him. But did he look slow at the combine?
I don't know. And I think you're right. The combine, I don't pay a lot of attention to it. I'm kind of, sometimes I watch it, sometimes I don't. I'm not a stickler for it. Fuaga seems to be the guy. I mean, I'm not mad at him at 13 at all. We need the position.
Listen, and I don't, like I said, I don't watch a lot of it, so I'm not trying to fake the funk here. So maybe I'm wrong, but I did watch his film, and he looked slow to me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And disagree with me. It's all good. I'm not mad at it. That's what this show is for.
I don't know whether or not. Yeah. We'll see. Oh, looks like we got somebody else. The man, let's do this. Legend who just tried to call us, but he decided to join us live. Give a round of applause for Big Daddy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the madness. Welcome to the show, Big Daddy.
What's up, Johnson? Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you perfectly fine. And by the way, I just want to shout out the Oakland Raider tank you have there.
Always, forever my heart. Great show. I finally got in. I was battling to get in, but as a true Raider, you never give up. You know what I mean?
I love it. Give us your take on any of our hot takes, Big Daddy.
I'm sorry?
I said, give us your take on any of our hot takes.
Scotty, I was warming up my coffee after my 2-hour nap, and I woke up to you saying trading the farm to go get Daniels. And if that didn't wake me up, I don't know what did. But let me say this: in the last couple of months, I was right with you, Scotty. But what happens is once we get close to draft time, which is just a couple of days away, as I learned from my mentors, I got to put my heart right by my pillow and start operating between now and 5:45 West Coast time or 6:12 West Coast time when we make our pick, with my mind. And my mind says we are not going to trade up, Scotty. No disrespect.
No, none taken.
I believe that we are definitely going to go corner. If we don't pick Arnold, it's because Denver, sneaky Denver,
watchers somewhere
took Arnold, and we take Quinyon Mitchell. So before you guys ask me, how did I come to that conclusion? I put emotion off to the side that I've had since Super Bowl. Once the Super Bowl left, I got dialed in because I'm a big draft guy. And I said to myself, okay, no more emotion. Let's get down and dirty these last few days. And this is how I premise everything, mi familia. If we had a game Sunday at Kansas City against the Chiefs, what player in this draft will give us the better chance to win? Would it be Daniels, Arnold, Quinyon Mitchell, or a couple tackles? It would have to be a corner to help stop number 15 of the Chiefs. That's why I'm going with Arnold with that first pick. And then the second pick, obviously, offensive tackle. Now, everybody, about 2 weeks ago, and even last week when I talked to you guys, I was headed towards the Penix train. I really was. But in reality, does he have more talent than the guys that we have in the quarterback room right now? Maybe. But his experience is like this. Okay? And like I say, if this is opening game, we're trying to win every game, what's the smartest play here? Not the most emotional play, Scotty, but the smartest play. We need a corner in a bad way. Once we get that corner, if Jack Jones was to get hurt or Hobbs, we still got Nate Arnold, and then don't forget Ja'Cory and Bennett. So to me, I'm definitely going corner. That's my hot take of the evening.
All right, touche. Let's go. I dig it, and I'll tell you right now, Big Daddy, I don't agree with your take on it. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't disagree with your take. I don't disagree with anything you said. My take was what I think we are going to do. But I don't disagree with your way of looking at it. I think it's solid what you just said. That's absolutely solid. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I looked at today, La Televisión, and they were talking about Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields. It was like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that got picked in the top 10 3 years ago. And they all got traded for 6th and 7th round picks. Do I think Daniels is going to be that way? We don't know. I hope Daniels has a great career. But I'll tell you what, for us to give up the farm, and what's tempting is we don't do good with our number 1 picks. Leatherwood, Arnett, Conley, all these guys.
Let me interject there. If we don't do good with our picks, then what's wrong with giving up the farm for them?
Well, that
is what's wrong with giving up the farm for them.
Let me say this, Scotty.
If you're gonna bust, don't give everything to bust.
No, let me say this, Scotty. Back to bounce on your side. You're absolutely right. Why do we need number 1 picks if they go straight and they don't work like all that? And then also too, except for C. Wood in the past, every time we drafted a corner or a safety, it hasn't worked out. So you're going to say, well, wow, Big Daddy, why is this one going to work? I don't know. The draft has always been a crapshoot to me. However, this is the first time since I was a little chiquito, a little boy, that we brought an outsider to be our GM with 10 years experience. Our last GM with experience is in heaven now, Mr. Al Davis, who always picked the fastest guy that can throw the ball from my house to Miami. Now I think we got a GM with sense, and and as much as I love AP, sometimes he can get a little bit, animated, boom, boom, boom. And then the other guy is like a librarian, Tommy T. So I think they mesh well, really good. And I think and he's got a great history with #1 picks. That's why I think whoever we pick is going to start on opening day.
Raider Way says, what do you think about Reggie McKenzie?
Reggie was cool, and I liked him over Mayock, and I like Ziegler. I would have been cool with Ziegler. I really would have been cool with Ziegler. But to me, I think there was so much pressure back then when Reggie took over and all that. And now I feel like with this ownership, Mark Davis is just, he's got his checkbook out. He knows more now.
It's a little fatter these days, that checkbook.
Yeah, he knows more now than after his dad passed. And obviously he knows.
So.
And I know he's learned from his basketball teams winning, that if you put the right people in there, great things can happen. And to me, he experimented by doing the Patriot way. That didn't work out. And now we're doing it the AP way.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I want to touch, let's bring in the next guy. You want to bring in the next person, and we can, I want to touch on Big Daddy.
I think you'll compliment Big Daddy well. My co-host on the Spicy Shield Talk. We have Chris from Patriots. What's good? He's
about to get live.
What's going on, everybody? Big Daddy, how you doing? My mentor, how you?
Listen, love you, bro. It's great to hear your voice, man.
Yeah, you too. What's up, Spice? What's up, Scotty? Great show tonight.
Thanks, man. What's good? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
So I'm not gonna be on too long, man. But I gotta, Big Daddy, I love you to death, man. You one of my favorite people on this earth, man. But me and you, we usually agree on a lot of things, man. But I gotta push back on the cornerback take. The biggest problem I have with getting the cornerback so early is all of our corners are pretty young anyway. We need a veteran presence. I would like to see us get a veteran who can start instead of, because one thing people got to realize, quarterback position is the hardest position in the NFL, and a cornerback is the second hardest. So it's like, we can't expect these guys to be a Sauce Gardner. That's just not going to happen. I think with the addition of Christian Wilkins, he's going to make it a lot easier on those cornerbacks. So I think someone like a Jacorian Bennett, who had an amazing camp last year, which people are kind of pushing him aside, but I think they forget that, he was the talk of the camp last year. And the guys like Devontae was raving about him. Other teams was raving about him, the teams that we were had our scrimmage with. I think he just had some confidence issues dealing with the whole McDaniels thing. I mean, it was probably a lot for him, but I think with his work ethic, which we know he has, he's going to make a good year 2 jump. So that's why I'm not too big on the cornerback thing. And next, we're talking about, I keep hearing everyone talk about how we are so bad in the first round draft picks, which is so true. It's documented. However, we finally have a real GM. We haven't had a real GM since, I don't know when, because for the longest time it was Al Davis. So I don't know who you could say was a real GM, because Mayock's never been a GM before. Ziegler's never been a GM before. Reggie McKenzie's never been a GM before. So we finally have a guy who has shown that he can draft well in the first round. So that whole thought process behind first round draft picks don't matter because we always swing and a miss. It shouldn't be thought about with this guy, because he has shown that he can hit on the first round. So that's why I think those first round picks are more valuable with Telesco than others. So what's your thought on that?
I just want to comment on that really quickly, Chris. I think that's a great point. I think the draft is always going to be a crapshoot, but you're right. This man in Telesco has something the Raiders haven't seen before. He's proven to do well at his job, and I think we need to let him do his job, right? And I hope Mark Davis and Antonio Pierce allow him to do such. I know they're going to have their input and things of that nature, but I think that's a great point. So thanks for bringing that up.
want to piggyback off what you just said there, Spicy. Yeah, Chris, you made some excellent points on your take on this, and Telesco coming in. He's got, I believe it's 10 years at GM. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's got 10 years as a GM doing this. So he's got some experience coming into it. And you're right, we haven't done that well before, but I think what's a key part of something you just said, and Spicy touched on it too, is that everybody seems like they're letting the person do their job. AP is doing his job. He said, Patrick Graham, you go coach defense. He brought in some people to help him out. Hey, you guys do the Mark Davis. Hey, bring in the right guy to be the GM. Yeah. Everybody's letting everybody do their job, and I think that's an evolution of the Raiders at this moment that we're witnessing, and I think it's a positive one.
Absolutely, because before, with Al, it was what he wanted to do. He would undermine, he would undermine everyone else. But I think this is the first. I mean, even listening to the press conference, when he first got hired to Telesco, you can tell he still has a collaborative mindset. So, he's not going to go out here and just pound his fist and just do exactly what he wants. I think he is going to be collaborative with it. But I think ultimately, if I'm Tom Telesco and I know this is my last opportunity to probably be a GM, I am going to hold on to these first round picks because, for one, I know that I usually hit on them. And just that risk for Jaden is just so expensive. That's my thoughts.
Fair. That's fair.
John said, I want to give him his love real quick. He said, you skipped my last comment. I don't mean to skip any comments because we're having so many great comments. I'm trying to get to everybody, but thank you for bringing that to my attention. You skipped my last comment about Justin Herbert. I'll try to go back and find what you said. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And if not, John Fallon, why don't you just jump on in? You can call too. You can jump on in here with us. And you can make the comment. True. Feel free. We still got the to get in on camera. We still got it pinned at the top there, and also the phone numbers scrolling across the bottom if you want to jump in.
It was. We took the phone number off because we might have been having difficulties with that. But here's his comment about Justin. Here's a scenario. How about the Chargers take JJ McCarthy? Oh, Chris is gonna love this one. I already know his feeling about that. And trade Justin Herbert. Maybe we could get him instead. Anyone want to comment on that comment?
I'm good on that suggestion. To be honest with you, I appreciate the thought, but I'm good on that.
I'll make a quick comment. Honestly, I wouldn't have mind the Raiders drafting Justin Herbert when they had the chance to, when they had already committed fully to Carr being their guy. At the point where the Raiders had the chance, or when Justin was entering the draft, I would have liked the Raiders to have made some sort of move for him, to be honest. And I know they weren't going to do that because they were all in for Carr. I think I was already over Carr at that point. So I can't really speak to this type of this in particular. Because I actually don't agree with it, but there's my take on Herbert anyway.
I got a quick take for all four of us. You ready?
All right.
Okay, we're gonna go quick on this one. Everybody give me an answer in less than 5 seconds.
Got it.
All right. Do not name a player, a college, or anything like that. Okay. Name the position. At 13, we're gonna pick. I'm staying with corner. Your turn, tackle. Chris. Okay. She says tackle. Offensive tackle. Scotty and Chris?
None. We're gonna trade up.
So,
there won't be a 13th pick.
Give me your position.
Oh, if we had to, I'd go cornerback. I'd get Terry Arnold. I'd go cornerback.
All right, so you're going DB. I'm going DB. Young lady's doing offensive tackle. Mr. Kimber?
I'm gonna say quarterback or tackle. That's where I'm at. I'm thinking they'll probably go tackle somewhere on the line, but I want them to go quarterback.
You got to pick one, big guy.
Then I'll do quarterback. Then I'll stay with Penix.
Okay, so we're all over the board. O-line with Spicy, QB, and then the two corners on the right, Scotty and I. I can't, I really believe that Penix, if he's there, I think he's like plan B or C. But to me, once Penix leaves us, if we don't take him with the 12th pick, I don't see him making it to the second round. What do you guys think?
Well, can I preference mine a little bit? That is being said, my choice at tackle with not wanting to gamble, because I know there's going to be a lot of disagreement with this comment here. I think one of the two guys the Raiders already have could be just as good as somebody they might draft.
Sure.
So that's where my answer comes from.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's a take. He really could be. We don't know what we're gonna get. Garner Minshew he's beat us. He's played. Everybody compares his numbers with Trevor Lawrence. Okay, that's fine. AOC, he had a great campaign.
For her boy Carr here.
AOC, I think, had a great campaign for somebody who wasn't even in the plans and wasn't even supposed to start, and finishes the season under a respectable coach. I can't be mad at that. And then you got one of these young guys. You can pick whoever you want that are all top prospects, to come in. So that's a fair statement to say that he could be, good or better. Ooh, sound like hell's bells coming on. Let's go.
We got somebody backstage, all the way from Hawaii, a friend of the show. We want to welcome Rick. Thank you for joining us. And we have a caller. Oh, the madness has begun.
The madness.
Hey,
what's up, Rick?
What's up, Rick?
Hello, people. What's up, Raider Nation?
What's going on, man?
What's up, buddy?
But we're going to get to the caller in just a minute here.
Say it one more time, Rick. I think we lost you there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna hop off, Spice. I'm gonna jump in the comments and listen. Thank you for letting me on.
For
Peace
sure.
out, Chris.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
All
All
right,
right.
brother.
Bye. All right, Rick, welcome to the show. Thank you. I think this is the first time you've appeared. Thank you for being on. By the way, can you get me my accessory since Rick is on, please? I gotta juice it up a little bit. But Rick, give us your take on any of our hot takes.
With all the scenarios, this happens every year. And so I'm good at 13 or moving down and getting an extra, depending on where they go down. But it depends on if they're not going to move up to get the quarterback they want. Because I just we're watching the shows with commentators and everything, and they're saying Washington is probably going to take Jaden Daniels. Right?
Okay, we're hot.
But Khalib, I think the Bears are all set because they got 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
So they're going to go wide quarterback, wide receiver, and things can happen on the second pick. They may even move more, try to get someone. They're pretty much set there. But Washington, I guess there's some commentators have been saying that he don't want to play for Washington, right? Yeah. But if he gets drafted by Washington, they can make a trade, or they can. I think that the position is New England. They are willing to make the trade, not Washington.
That's what I think too.
So if Washington's going to take Jaden Daniels, he won't be there. So why would we move up to get, unless we want, one of those other top 4 quarterbacks that's going to be gone before the 13th.
Right.
So I'm a trenches guy. So even my opinion, I want to build the trenches because I know that's our future. And then we can get a quarterback free agency, or we have 2 quarterbacks competing, but we need that 3rd quarterback. I know we got Anthony Brown Jr., but he's probably not going to make the team or get the practice squad. Who knows?
Right.
And there's nobody really that we all see that's going to really make a tone, that's going to make a splash with the Raiders and take control over what we got already. That's why people in Raider Nation want a quarterback to lead the team.
Sure.
But if you get a quarterback and you give away that future and it don't work, how many years would that set back the Raiders?
How many years have we?
They'll fire everybody.
This is my thing, though.
3 4 years ago.
How many years have we already been back? You know,
Yeah,
and
no,
that's why that's why I
definitely agree with
feel like that's their mentality. Like
yeah,
we
we've been doing that
have
roller
these,
coaster thing for years.
yeah, we
Can I
have
just
these
cut you guys
pieces.
off really quickly since it's Monday Night Madness? Elon Bush just put a comment on here, and I did not know this, and I suppose this is true. Congratulations, Rick, on becoming the new president
Thank you.
of TNBC Hawaii chapter. So congratulations to you
Congratulations.
for keeping it solid out
Congratulations.
there in Hawaii.
We have the opportunity to represent Hawaii Raider Nation here for TNBC.
All right.
I'm a member of the Black Hole. I'm Raider Nation Ohana, as you guys all know, if you haven't known now, but we lost our president, and she pretty much did everything for our Raider Nation Ohana. So we still have a Ohana, but it's not like how it was before. And prayers to all our Ohana out there. And so I became a member of TNBC, I think 18 months ago, and I just love TNBC family. We love all our Raiders. We're all family, you know, but you'll find your cliques and whatnot like that. But Raider Nation is definitely, you know, changed my life. I've been a Raider all my life. My parents were born in the Bay. I was born in Oakland, California, East Bay. San Leandro, if you know, but if you don't, I just
Of course
say
we
Oakland.
know.
Right
We're
next
from the
door.
Bay. Well,
I'm from the Dro, but I moved here in '84, so I lived here longer. But I used to go to the games as a kid. I'd fly over there to go to games. You know how it's expensive to come to Hawaii? Well, it's just expensive to go somewhere else. But
Yeah.
Well, we have Stuart
thank
Schweiger
you,
there, the
for-
Oakland Raider, giving you props. He says, I hope everyone having a great Monday, and he totally agrees with you. He also goes on to say, congratulations.
Much love.
So much love to you.
We definitely wanted to attend the 7th annual TNBC. We'll be there for the 8th, but there's some things that happened with my work and my feet. I was down for about 6 weeks, but I'm back in action. So
Good.
I'm for
Nice.
the training, but you know, if they move up and get a quarterback, you know, we're all going to support that, because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely for the trenches, and I agree with Big Daddy and Scotty. The cornerback at first, I'm not going to be upset, especially a shutdown cornerback. That would
Who would you take at 13 if it was your call?
If Fuagas was there, I would take him because his right tackle. I mean, this guy's a big guy. There's other the defensive line. There's a couple good right tackles. I like Alt. I like Fuaga. And then what are your take if we took Brian Murphy if Fuaga's not there? The defensive line.
You know,
because that would just be adding extra depth, but that would definitely solidify that. But that's
I think if we're staying at 13, I think there's some better players out there for better positions that we could take.
Yeah.
And I don't think that quarterback would be one at 13. I don't want to get a quarterback at 13.
I think the right tackle would be Fuaga if he's there. And what
Sure.
do you think if they move up 2 or 3 spots to get Fuaga?
Oh, that's a lot. That I don't know about that one.
Say that too, yeah.
Not for Fuaga. Not for Fuaga. I don't think so. I think there's too many tackles. Yeah, there's too many tackles available that we could get in the later rounds and not spend that money at draft capital.
So what are your take on Jordan Travis or Milton in the 4th and 5th, 6th rounds, depending on where they fly?
You know, I'm not necessarily convinced with either one of those two or Spencer Rattler. If we're not trading up to get Jaden Daniels, I think we put quarterback position on the back burner, and we start building up either the tackle position or just jump on all over defense. I did a mock.
I feel like that's the direction they're going.
Yeah. If you're not getting your guy, why are we trading up for it now?
Yeah.
Get the most solid guy, be it a tackle, guard for the right side, and or the cornerback position, secondary position at that 13 spot.
I'm excited. Man, if they go that route, man, we're gonna make it. We're gonna win at least 9 games. That's the minimum.
I hope we win more than that, because I'm actually a firm believer in the NFL, especially with the extra game, and in the division we play in. I think it's going to take a minimum of 10 to make the playoffs. So
I mean, I would go 11, but I'm just going with what I see right now. We haven't did our we didn't do the draft yet. Then there's the undrafted free agency, and once that's all set, and they would get close to 53, then I start leaning on what other teams do in our division and whatnot like that, and then who we're playing, etc. We know who we're playing, we just don't know when.
yeah,
I mean,
let's comment on this really quickly before we let you guys go off here, because I think this is actually a pretty good comment that we haven't really explored yet. We've talked about moving up, we've talked about staying where we are, but we haven't really explored moving down.
Yeah,
so what do you guys think?
I'm for that. You move down a few spots and you get an extra fifth or late fifth or a late fourth and a mid fifth or something, depending on who you do that with. There are a few teams willing for us to go in the 20s, but that's going to put us way back. And if we don't get the people that we want and they're going to go defensive line, then they can go to 17, 20, right?
If we could trade 13
on the old line, not defensive line.
If we could trade 13 for 2 first round picks, and I don't see how we can, but maybe, then okay. I mean, I'd take that too.
Probably going to be a late second, or depending on where they're.
It's a stretch, but hey, okay. Yeah.
I think Plan A is Scotty's plan. If Daniels makes it to the Patriot pick, I think they're going to be a full court press to try to get there. That would be Scotty's plan. Plan A. I think the Tommy T's plan also too. They're locked in to either 1 or 2 corners or 1 or 2 old tackles at 13. If they're there, they're going to grab them. If their favorite player at offensive tackle or corner at 13 is gone, I think they'll trade back, but no further than about 17 or 18 to pick up a second round or something like that. Because let's not forget, Buffalo needs a receiver in the back way, and I can see Buffalo coming and trading with us, and then we pick up more draft capital, which I'm fine with as long as we don't get further back. And I'm cool with getting extra draft capital.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of players to fill the positions that we need that are solid. So I'm not a fan of trading back. That would be my third choice, but I wouldn't be mad.
You're trying to give everything away. The Raiders haven't even taken you on a first date yet, homie. And you gave it all.
I get that. I mean, if it works out, I mean, you got your quarterback, and then you're going to have to build the draft from what you're not going to have a second next year, 2 or a first, or till 26. You're going to be your 4th and 7th rounds. You just have 4 picks in the next couple drafts, which is okay if you do hit on that quarterback. The problem that I only have is, like, I'm for getting a quarterback. We all want a quarterback, but if it doesn't work, there's going to be some really bad problems for the organization there. I picked up, and we've been there. But like Scotty alluded earlier, we've been here before. So
yeah. Well,
I think AOC has done enough to start opening. I think he's going to start opening day. You ready for this one, Scotty? Even if we draft Daniels, I think AOC will start opening.
I gotta disagree. We won't give up that much to have him on the bench.
Spring training, man. Who wins the job? They'll know right there. And from what I understand is Daniels. He's a quick book, so and that's why we're mentioning him is because he's got a relationship with him in the past. So let me say this, Big Daddy. Let me say this. I'm not against AOC starting. I'm sorry. I can't take anything away from the guy. To be very honest with you, I don't know if he is the guy, but I can't take that much away from him. Yeah. Under AP, AOC did very good under all the circumstances, everything considered. 5 for 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
you know what? I was going through that whole thing.
5 for 4. 5 for 4, if I'm not mistaken.
There. We had a lot of rookies, and from GM to to the coach to the offensive coordinator it was kind of rough, but they and they could have lost on purpose and just dumped and got better, but they had to win because Antonio Pierce, Coach Pierce wanted.
They had to. It was necessary.
Yeah.
Then the Raider Nation needed that. The Raiders needed that. Everybody needed us to win I was at that last game, and they were playing like they were playing for the playoff spot. Man, they were the tailgate at that Denver game was one of the best that I've seen in Vegas. That was one of the best that I've seen there at that game, and we had nothing to play for.
Right.
So I think the intensity again. That's why I'm all for AP because he brought that back to us, and so
Yeah, I mean, we're going to make a few games this year. One will be away, and then maybe 2 at home. So we'll pick those when they come out in May. We'll buy our tickets, and then hopefully see more fam out there, and get out in the tailgates. Those are the best. We all know it. And then the events leading up to the games that's just my heart is all just meeting with Raider Nation, and going to the games is great. I mean, but meeting the family out there and seeing them in person, everything is just beyond. Words. It's just awesome. That's my whole deal, and I know everybody feels the same. So,
and by the way, I gotta compliment you on that Tom Flores in the background there and that Bo Jackson. That's
beautiful, man.
Thank you. I'm not going to show you my camera, but it's over years. You know, they have the Pro Bowl here, and we didn't have. I miss Oakland Coliseum because I was there since I was a kid, but. The Pro Bowl is very lucky because you get the best of the best most part, and when Raiders are there, we rallied up, we did signings, and they get there, they have the charities and stuff. So I did a lot with Rice and Montana, where their charities were here. They do with their agents and whatnot, etc. But good thing Rice became a Raider, and that was that was really cool. But and then just meeting the players from other teams and stuff and their charities here for Hawaii was great. It's the other side that you see, working for charities for youth here, for Shriners.
That's awesome.
Beautiful, man.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. We're only going to be on for like 7 more minutes. So thank you both for joining us I think you're in, I don't know if you're in Oakland, but from Oakland, Big Daddy, and all the way from Hawaii.
Yes,
Ray, thank you both for joining us. We're going to be on for like another 7 more minutes here, 6 more minutes now. If anybody wants to join us, you have some time. Thank you guys. See you next week. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you, Stu. He says, keep up the good work, Spicy and Scotty. Love you, Nation. We appreciate you. All right, guys. Thank you. See you next week. Thanks for joining the match.
Raiders.
Right. All right, let's read some of these comments here. Scotty, I'll let you read them.
Okay. I think Jaden Daniels will be gone, and also Penix, which will push us to do the crazy and wild thing, go defense, because there's plenty of O-linemen. Solid point. I can't argue with that take one bit. That's very likely that could happen. And I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that we take something on defense at 13 or offensive linemen, but you make a good point. There are a lot of good offensive linemen in this draft, and we may be able to pick one up in the later rounds. Solid take. I appreciate that comment.
Oakland
never die. I know that's right.
Ever. Take it away, Scotty.
Let's go. You didn't put another one up there, but I can see in the comments there, Space Beast. I call him Baby Kamara, with how he gets skinny through the hole, then explodes. And obviously his hands are insane, being a former wide receiver, Tyrone Tracy running back. Is that who you're talking about? Is Tyrone Tracy that Baby Kamara? If it is, you know what? You know more than me on this one. I'm not even going to lie to you. You know a little bit more than me on this one. So I'll take your word for it on that. Next comment, April says, no, sir, Scotty. Rick Zamorano, Raiders, baby. Let's see here. Who else do we have in the comment section? I'm going to go back just a little bit. John Fallon said Mad Max and Micah Parsons are best friends and is working out together, and usually what Max wants, Max gets. Okay. All right.
Can I just say really quickly?
Go ahead.
Scotty, we're going to circle it back all the way to your hot take.
Okay, let's go.
Because you want to sell the farm
and
give up all our draft pick. I did a little wardrobe change here.
Okay. All right.
This is
All
why.
right.
This is the jersey I was wearing tonight, right? We recognize the bedazzled. This jersey is actually very, very amazing. I love it, except I
Okay.
don't love who it is. And this is why we're not going to do what you suggested.
Okay. Let's see it. Jamarcus, is that a Jamarcus? Oh man, you can't bring that up. Throw that thing away, man. I needed something to light my barbecue with. Throw that
This
thing
is
away.
why, and this
Throw
is
that thing
why,
away.
by the way, this is why we are not giving up everything for a
No, throw
number
that thing
one, a
away.
number three. Get that out of here.
That's the exception to the rule. Come on now. This is a new era.
Just saying.
Hey, he didn't even want to watch the film. Come on, man. Jaden Daniels is better than that. Anybody's better than that.
Just saying. We do have somebody backstage, and we appreciate you being on. Unfortunately, we are wrapping here in 3 minutes. I'll bring you on for 3 minutes, but we're going to have to make it a little quick here. But we do definitely want to give you your moment. So let's welcome everybody to this show. Ralph, thanks for joining
What's
us.
up,
What's
man?
your take on
How's it
Aloha?
going? I got 1 minute to talk about it because right now this draft is going to be so important because right now we cannot let it up for the mistakes right now. I know we had Tom Telesco, we had Antonio Pierce, and it's all about the defense because we had to improve a lot. I know the last season we just came for improvement because after the whole fiasco of Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, so right now we're getting focused about for the defense. We got to handle the profession, how they're going to make it with speed, improvement, and of course, ability for all these college athletes. So no matter if you're going to be a quarterback, cornerback, linebacker, of course, for the defensive tackle, it's all depends for the organization because right now we just see a lot of great things, a lot of bad things, but I can tell you about this. So Raider Nation, do not disappoint us because right now, Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce, right now, our option is going to be huge, bigger, and bolder.
All right. Who do you think we're going to go with in the 13th pick?
I'm going to go between Jaden Daniels from LCU or QB Showdown from Iowa State. That's two options that I want to go.
Okay. All right.
We haven't heard that name yet,
That's
at least
fair.
on this show.
That's fair. Yeah. A lot of people haven't been mentioning Cooper DeJean, but he's a top prospect at cornerback. What is he? Iowa, isn't he? If I'm not mistaken, he's out of Iowa.
Yeah, that's from Iowa State. A
cornerback
and safety for Iowa State.
Yes. Yeah. That. Solid pick too. Again, if we're not going to get quarterback, I agree with going with the corner position.
Yeah.
Solid take. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comment.
Yep, of course. I just wanted to say it up because I'm going to be quick right now. So I just wanted to say salute to everybody. Scotty Whitey, Spicer Raider, love you. And of course, great show anyways, because last week I just enjoyed your show, Monday Night Madness. And
that's awesome.
Thank you.
That was really awesome because you had awesome takes, great point of view. And of course, because this is all about for the Raider Nation. And of course, we had the greatest team on the mother freaking planet right now because Raider Nation is everywhere in the planet. So I just want to tell you, salute from El Capitan Rafucho, Raider Nation for life. And of course, this week on the draft, we can never disappoint. Always be positive, and of course, riding with the autumn wine because the autumn wine is a Raider, and right now we're rocking with the Raider Nation. So
let me ask you something, Rafa. Where are you calling from?
Yeah.
I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina, but right now I'm just being like, I'm not very nervous right now. So even now that
and where are you from? I'm interested in. I'm just curious.
I think he likes your accent.
Yeah.
Oh yes, because I was born in South America, which is in Venezuela, I'm from South America. I know that I've managed in Spanish and English all at the same time. So yes.
Venezolano, arriba los venezolanos. Mucho gusto.
There you go.
Todo.
There you go.
All right. I appreciate the call. That was awesome. That was great insight.
Please call us back next week or the week after. And please join us every week for Monday Night Madness. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining
us.
Love you guys. Raider Nation for life.
Gracias. Salud.
That was badass. That was nice. That was cool.
That was awesome. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for our show this week. Monday Night Mad. Tell me.
Can I just say hi?
You can say hi to everybody.
Mariko, say hi. I can see you. Hola.
Oh.
I know she's watching. Hola.
Let's take 1 minute to go through some of these comments that we
Sure.
missed.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, why
There's some
not?
great comments today.
There's
Great
comments.
great conversation.
We try to get to everybody. We know there's a lot. We appreciate a lot of the comments. Thank you for watching, Joey. Thank you for watching, John. Salute to you as well. Cool Kev. Cheers. Salud. We appreciate you. We appreciate you all watching. Who else do we have in here? Ernest. I know we put up some of your comments, but I don't think we said hello. So aloha. This was I think he was standing up for you.
Oh, with the Jamarcus Russell.
Russell. It was funny. It was funny.
It was all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Remember, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, and please subscribe to the channel. We are going to be on all week because it is draft week. Draft week is finally here. You can catch me here tomorrow with my friend Kenny King Jr. We're going to be giving the top prospects analysis along with the dark horses. And then you can catch me here. That's tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Tuesday at 6 o'clock, as always, our regular Woods and Whiskey Wednesdays. By the way, with Chris from the Spicy Shield Talk. So the Spicy Shield podcast. He'll be joining us. And if you haven't already, if you want to join, you can join, become a member, and you can win this Woods and Whiskey hat. We're going to have several giveaways for this. I actually like this color. This is the Super Bowl edition. I know, some people like the straight silver and black one, which is fire as well. And I think that I like this one because it's got like the Raiders logo on it. Just saying. I think most people like the one that says Woodson across the front. This is probably the favorite. But the one we are giving away is the Super Bowl edition here. So check that out. And then we will be back. Scotty Waddy and I will be back with Omar with the cast of Couch GMs on Thursday for a live draft watch party, an interactive draft watch party. If you want to join and show us your reactions, and or if you just want to watch and see what happens, tune in early because Scotty thinks they're going to go at 3.
And don't look. I told you already, don't come late because we're picking at 3. Do not be late.
And be camera ready because we're having a draft party. We want y'all to join. We want you to get on camera. We're gonna squish as many people on camera here as possible. I want to say thank you to April. Shout out to her. Thank you for calling in. AOC baby. Thanks for calling in. Johnny, my primo from Nation Most Hated. Check out his Instagram. He has some fire gear. Big Daddy, we always love you, of course. Thank you for coming on. Rick, aloha, all the way from Hawaii.
Shout out.
And Ralph. Raphael, thank you so much. Protect the shield, of course. Thank you all for joining. This show's for you. You make this show. We appreciate you. Light that torch. Hit that like button. Subscribe. And Raider Nation, we go out one way and only one way. Raiders! Raider Nation, thank you for joining us for Monday Night Madness. Enjoy this draft week, and we'll see you all week on this channel at 6 o'clock and on Thursday at 5.